new fridge, new stove, new towels, a new contractor to paint, somebody put a deck on. So what did we just do? We raised consumption, we've raised sales tax, we've stimulated the economy. So there are things that we can do immediately, and this is what I'd like to do. Like I explained, I've been self-employed all my life, and there are things that we need to do. One thing I know for sure, government does not create jobs. The only way the government is going to create anything is if we pay for it. Government does not create jobs. The best thing that Michigan government can do is step the hell out of the way. We can do this ourselves. I mean, we can talk for a long time on what really needs to be doing. How am I doing on time, Bob? A couple more minutes? Okay, very good. So we need government to step out of the way. As I said, I own an auto repair business in Alpena. We've been in this one location for 32 years. 10 years ago, we put an addition on our building. It took me 11 months from conception of the project through the permitting project to break ground. 11 months. And what did I do after it was built? I paid the contractor, shook his hand, it was a nice job, and I hired another guy. What a wonderful thing for Michigan. We need one bucket shopping for businesses in Michigan. You walk through one door, you walk out that back door with every permit you need. You get the DNRE off your back, you get the EPA off your back, you get the local zoning off your back, and you move on and you move into your jobs, and that's how we can create businesses in Michigan. Michigan needs jobs. The only way we're going to build our funds is jobs. I want to touch on a little bit here too. First of all, I want to qualify this before I start. I'm in favor of part-time legislators. I think Michigan can do it with part-time legislators. But I want to warn you, right now, it's not your legislators that's the problem. It's the bureaucrats. The bureaucrats run this state. Right now, with term limits that we put on, we gave the bureaucrats that much more ammunition. Let's say I'm a seated rep right now, and I walk into a bureaucrat's office, let's say it's a DNR office, whatever the case might be, and I say, you got to get off this business's back so they can grow. You need to move out of the way so this business can grow. And that bureaucrat says, Representative Patalia, I agree with you. And you walk out the door and he smiles as he sits on his hands and say, he's out of here in 10 months. I got another guy I can fool for 2 years before I have to do anything. So be careful when we say part-time legislators. We need to work on the bureaucrats, not just the legislators. Right now, Michigan has 148 legislators, 38 senators, 110 state house representatives. Why do we have 8 out of Detroit? Why do we have 8 representatives out of Detroit? Are you telling me one rep can't handle all of Detroit? I've been campaigning now for 4 days straight. My wife and I took some days off, and the 106 districts is 6 counties. 6 counties. A rep in Detroit can walk his whole district in an hour and a half. You can't tell me that all issues aren't the same. Maybe part-time legislatures isn't the answer. Maybe less of them is the answer. Maybe less of them is the answer. In our values in northern Michigan are controlled by what the values are in southern Michigan because there's less reps up here. You have 15 reps. You draw a line from Bay City to from West Branch to Lake Michigan, north encompassing the UP, you got 15 legislators. And you got 7 or 8 out of Detroit. How do we stand a chance up here? How do our values stand a chance up here? You got to think of what party you're voting for and know how they're voting. So, how am I doing, Bob?
You need a few questions.
Okay, I'll take some questions, please, sir.
Yeah. You did a good job at defining the problem with bureaucracies. How do you plan to improve reducing the bureaucracy?
We need to take it back. We as citizens need to take it back. We cannot allow the bureaucrats to run our lives. So what we need to do is to get in there and straighten it up and clean house at that level. We are the people. The way we do it is we walk in there and say, this is right, you work for me, you work for us, we don't work for you as the bureaucrats. And you got to walk them out the door. And you know how you're going to do it? This is how you're going to do it. You people are going to back up the legislators that have the strength to do it. Because the first thing you're going to get is somebody saying, you know, Patalia's ruining this or ruining that, because those bureaucrats have a power to do that. So you have to know your legislator, you have to stand up and help them. You got to stick with them. Sir?